Greetings everybody. Today I'm gonna make myself a little bit of schnitzel. I've never made this before in my life, so let's see how the hell this turns out. You're gonna need a couple of pork chops, some eggs, and where the fuck did my meat hammer go? Oh god damn it, did I lose shit again? Hold on. Here it is. You're gonna need pork, eggs, plain breadcrumbs, some flour that I have off screen here, and a couple of pork chops. Now I had the butcher cut these in half, so they're like about a ½ inch thick each, out of which she proceeded to fuck one all up and gave me one good pork chop. So you know, that might be why she's working there. First thing we're going to do is we're going to beat the shit out of them again, and we're going to flatten them out. Now for the pork chops, you want to use the pointy end of your beater. And what that'll do is it'll start actually ripping the meat up, tenderizing it. We're going to want to beat these things thin as hell too. Alright, so we're getting there. Alright, we got it about a ½ inch thick right now, and I'm gonna go a little further for fun. Beat that shit until it's see-through. There we go. Nice and thin, all flippity floppity and shit. Now let's see what we can do with this little poor bastard. Yeah, this one is like a quarter of the size of that one. Let's see how we look. Hey, if you live in an apartment like me, you may want to check to see if the guy downstairs is in or not before you do this. Let's see what we got with this. Oh yeah, this one's already like almost all the way there. Alright, so we got 2 pork chops. We're gonna need some salt. Here we go. Salt the shit out of them. Side 1. Flip. And side 2. I got a piece of wax paper down because when I beat the shit out of meat on this thing, the meat gets all stuck in there. That's not good. There we go. Let's grab a knife. Let's grab a sharp knife. Let's cut this little guy lengthwise. There we go. And now we got 3 pieces of schnitzel. Fucking awesome. Take these guys, put them to the side a bit. So, schnitzel, wax paper. Schnitzel, wax paper, and schnitzel. I'm going to put those aside. There we go. We're going to want to do with these is bread them. Now for schnitzel breading, I'm going to use an old Hungarian recipe. And it's going to be flour, some eggs, and then breadcrumbs on top. So, we got to grab some eggs first. Here's an egg. One. You don't really need a lot of them, but Since I only eat eggs once in a blue moon, I'm just gonna pop 3 of them in here, and hopefully they'll be deep enough. Although 1 will probably be enough, but you know, it's not fun if you're not wasting. Yeah, I just think some poor little chicken somewhere thought that she was gonna have a baby, and now I'm eating it. Any luck, it's the same chicken I ate yesterday. Alright. Fuck that yolk up. No embryo for you. Gonna want to whip the shit out of this. Come on. Cool part about eggs is if you keep whipping them, they eventually start growing in mass because you're getting air mixed in. So, do we have a nice color yet? Yeah, I think that's about a nice color. There we go. Vote in the comment section if you think that's a nice color. There's one. Where's my beer? There's my beer. So we got the eggs. That's going to be station number 2. Station number 3 is going to be breadcrumbs. For breadcrumbs, just get the plain shit. Don't try to get any kind of fancy flavoring. Every kind of flavoring you can get usually just means fucking salt. And you want to monitor. You want to be in control basically of how much salt you put in your food. All right. So breadcrumbs. It's way too much. So let's put some more. There we go. And last but not least, flour that I got in this big fucking bucket. Remember earlier when I told you to throw out the flour, you're never going to use it again? Haha, got you good, fucker. So we got flour. Dump that shit in there like that. And we are glorious. But in all seriousness, it's unless you cook every fucking week or something, it's not worth having flour in the house. There's something I make with that I actually use it quite a bit for. So we got station 1, station 2, station 3, and we need station 4, which is going to be the dish we put them on when we're done. So station 4, good old station training, right? So where do we put the? There we go. There's the pork. Take out a pork chop, just like that. Put it in this flour. Just get it all up in there. Oh yeah. And there's one side coated. And this is why I said you're not going to need a lot of flour or breadcrumbs, because in all honesty only so much sticks to it. Flip it. Flip it. Shake off a little bit of the excess. Just dump it into the eggs. And use your fingers, it's fine. You either wash your fingers or you don't care at this point. Get the eggs on there, and before the eggs have a chance to run off too much, over to the breadcrumbs. It's kind of like what shake and bake chicken used to be before they figured out you could shake it and bake it. Alright, we need a little more eggs. And the more layers you do like this, the thicker it's going to be, obviously. Go. Get all that shit on there all nice. That might be a little too thick, but we'll find out because we're gonna fry these fuckers. Alright, so that's one. Let me see if I can do this right with only one set of eggs, second time around. There's 2. And you can add all sorts of spices to this if you want. I'm just gonna keep it simple, because I'm going to be making a little sauce for them. Flip, flip, flip again. Pound it down, make sure all that flour gets into all the little nooks and the crannies. Drench an egg. One side, 2 sides. The eggs are running off of it. 3 sides, and over. Go. So we're going to try one with double egg, one with single egg, and we'll see the difference. Didn't I have 3 of these? Yeah, I did. There it is. Shake this out a bit, flatten it out. And let's grab the little one. Yes. Thought you were going to get away, you fucker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Egg. Now something that is absolutely awesome that I used to eat as a kid is the egg mixed up with the breadcrumbs, and you fry it. Tastes really good, like surprisingly good. So if you got any leftovers, you can make some of that. Alright, so we got our 3 pork chops. And that's pretty much the end of that. I'm going to move you guys over to the stove over here. And for the first time in my life, I'm going to try frying something in oil. So I'll see you there, or, you know, I won't, and you'll never see this because everybody burned to death. Cool. We are at the stove. We got us some Wesson vegetable oil. That looks absolutely rancid, so that means it's good. I'm gonna crank the freaking front burner up about 3/4 of the way first. We'll go from there, see if that's gonna be enough. And I'm gonna get a bigger hole in this shit too. If you're wondering where to store your oil, word of advice, don't store it the same place you store the cleaners, because oil absorbs the flavor of all the crap you store it with. I'll about put 1/4 of it. Is that smoke? That's smoke. I wonder why that's smokes. Okay, good. It's just the shit on the heating element that's smoking. You gotta let that sit for a bit until it gets warm enough. You'll know it gets warm enough because it should start splattering and spattering, and then you got to turn it down and reach over it and burn the bottom of your arm. You don't want to cook with oil naked is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna come get you guys when the oil is ready. Time to find out if the oil's hot enough. So take a little bit of water. And that's about, whoa. That's about good. I'll give it another minute. See how that goes. You can begin to smell the oil in the kitchen too. So if this bursts into flame, it's too hot. Alright, let's start off with pork chop number 1. There you go. You want to cook it for about, fuck if I know long. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes on each side. And you're only going to want to flip it once, because if you flip it too often, you're going to knock the breading off of it. You can see how the pork chop is turning white. That means it's cooking. And the breading is turning brown, and that means it's burning. So I may have the oil too hot. Let's turn on the oil a bit. This is why we have so many of them. Now if you beat the shit out of pork chops like I did, they're going to be pretty thin. If they're thin, they'll cook fast. Alright, so that's about 1/2 done. Flip it to the other side. There we go. Alright, that's it on that. Oh, I finally bought one of these damn things. So far, not impressed. But then again, this is the first time I'm using it. So while that's cooking, I'm going to make myself up one of those little dough balls with the egg. See how that turns out. So you just take the egg, you take the breading, mix that shit up until it gets solid. And I put too much egg in there, so I'm going to add more breadcrumbs. As soon as I find more breadcrumbs. Now that can wait until I'm done with the second one. Alright. So there's one. Take a plate, put some paper towels on it, slap that bitch on there. It's a little burned, but at least it's cooked. So we got that going for us. Let's try number 2. Yeah, don't cook with oil naked. I cannot stress this enough. there's that. Let's continue with our breadcrumb adventure. More fucking breadcrumbs. Mix that shit up. You're gonna want it to turn into kind of like a dough ball. Like how it is now, it's getting there. Time to flip. This shit is cooking quick. Turn the heat down a little more. When you flip meat, always flip it away from you. Like if I'm gonna flip it, I'm gonna flip it that way, not back towards me. Because I don't want to burn my damn nipples off. So while that is doing its thing, I got my dough ball here going. We got one more. After we're done with that, I'm going to show you a couple of different ways you can make it. I need one more breading. I think that's enough. Oh, god damn it. I have no place to put it. There we go. Yep. There we go. And let's see if we can not burn the shit out of the last one. It's a tough call. This is the one with the double egg on it. So let's see how this works out. Away from you. There we go. That's working. That's the way you do it. Turn the heat down a bit, so let's see how that works. Flip it a little faster. Hopefully it doesn't come out fucking raw. Yeah, so that's about how well done you want it. You know, nice and golden brown versus charcoal black. It's alright if you overcook it though. It isn't gonna taste bad. And I'll show you the traditional way. How we used to eat this stuff back in the old country. That was with French fries. So while that's cooking over here, I'm going to heat up some more oil. Or actually, fuck it. Yeah, let's just heat up some oil. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to make the French fries in that oil. After I dumped out some. See how that looks. Oh yeah. Now I'm really picky about well done, well cooked meat, so I'd rather burn it a bit than get it raw. And it's too thin to put a thermometer in. That's about done. I'm gonna grab my French fries. If it's easy open. Holy shit! Easy open top. That actually is easy to open. Alright, that should be it for that. Take that pork schnitzel. And put it on here. And put another piece of paper towel over it. Alright, so there's our oil. Now when you throw frozen French fries into oil, believe it or not, it's gonna make a fuss. Isn't that fun? No, it's not. It's painful. See if that's enough oil in there. You should only have a single layer of French fries if you're pan frying them. Now if your fries come out soggy, you need to turn the heat up on the pan. And these might come out a little soggy because I just put a small amount of oil in here and I threw frozen fries into it, so it's like adding an ice cube to soda. It's gonna make it cold. So I'm gonna crank the heat up a little bit. Those fuckers crisp. There we go. Hide your shame. So we got that cooking. I gotta dump this oil out. Actually, should I just dump the oil in there? Oh, okay, that was probably stupid. But that's okay, because that's what I do. Dumb shit. Dump the rest of the oil down the drain. See how the fries are doing? Should be able to tell if the fries are crisping up or not just by moving them around. Once they stop bending, that means they're beginning to crisp. These are almost there. It's about the right amount of fries. Cool. So we got the fries doing. I need to put the fries in something too. What the fuck am I going to put them in? Another plate. Some more paper towels. If you got a fry dryer rack, screw you. That's why nobody likes you. Because you buy shit like fry dryer racks. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Also, if anybody would like to donate a fry dryer rack to the cause, feel free. Oh yeah, they're getting there. The cool part about fries is you got about 30 seconds between golden brown and charcoal black. So once they start getting there, they're going to get there pretty quick. Kind of like a woman in that way. Alright. Come on, Daddy. Who's my big fry? You are. And let that shit fry for a little bit more. And we'll see how that turns out. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go see if I can find my secret ingredient that'll make this awesome. Here it is. A single lemon is what we generally serve schnitzel with. Get my lemon cutting knife. I'm going to cut this into little slices that you don't get to see. Okay, that's not my lemon cutting knife. And the fries are getting darker. And the fries are done. Yep, they're done. So, when you're taking stuff out of the oil like french fries, are going to take more than one scoop. Take the oil off the heat so you don't fucking burst it into flames. And just scoop it over to your serving dish. Which would help if I move the camera over too. There we go. So, fries are still cooking because the oil is still hot, of course. And now the fries are burning because the oil is still hot, of course. There we go. Beautiful. There you go. Now you can be awesome enough to work for Burger King or McDonald's. Or, if you have a college education, Wendy's. There you go. So we got fries. Throw a little bit of salt on them. Take Schnitzy McLitzy. Goes next to the fries. And you dress it. A couple of slices of lemon, almost like if it was fish. And that is the way you generally serve schnitzel. Oh god, that's fucking hot. But good. Now, we're going to do something a little different too. I'm going to Jaeger it up a bit. A Jaegerschnitzel is a schnitzel that has mushroom sauce with it. I'm going to try to make some mushroom sauce. So, if you don't see a mushroom sauce in the video, that means it has gone horribly wrong. In fact, I'm going to do a break over here, just so I can edit it out if it goes horribly wrong. Almost forgot to show you guys how the dough ball is made. Okay, we take this, Put this little bitch back on the heat. Now they're stuffing the oil. It's gonna start hissing fairly quick. Now we kept adding breadcrumbs to this until it turns into kind of like a breadcrumb hamburger. I'm gonna need to reheat the oil because I've had the fries out of it for a bit. So flip it upside down. It should kind of stay in one piece. That's about right. Nice and thick too. About 1/2 inch thick. I'll let this heat up again. Shouldn't take long because it's already hot. And I'm gonna wash some dishes while the fire starts. There we go. No fire yet? You guys say something if that bitch catches on fire. Counting on you. Alright, so we got this washed. Yeah, this is the pan that I put oil in thinking that I was going to fry the fries in it. But I said fuck it. So, nice and clean. Oh yeah, this is starting. Hear that? I'm going to want the oil kind of hot on this. About as hot as for the schnitzel actually. If you guys want to have some real fun, deep fry an egg. It's like the best way to cook it. Quiet. I think that would work better if I remember to use it every time I use the oil. So we got the fries back in the fridge, where I will never get them again, because I'm trying to eat healthy, as you can tell. Yeah, come on, baby. Come on, get warm. Get a little hot. It's like a sauna. Alright, let's get this little pate. Smush. Okay, that does not smush at all. Right in there. Now if I did this right, it'll turn into a solid. If I did this wrong, it'll turn into breadcrumbs. So we're going to let that cook until the outsides start burning. This is kind of like a little fried dough snack. It's not sweet, it just tastes good for some weird reason. Alright, that says they're getting brown. Oh yeah. Just like that. There it goes. I'll let that cook for a bit. So while that's cooking, I'm going to start on the Jaeger sauce. Gonna need some bacon, mushroom. So we got bacon, we got mushrooms, and we got mushroom gravy because I'm gonna fucking cheat and screw you for judging me. Let's see how this thing is coming out. Let's take all this shit off here first. It's going to take a little longer to cook because it's way thicker. And then, throw that over here. And that goes in the garbage. Beer goes in the belly. And there you go. You can mix all sorts of spices in there too. So we got that, we got that, we got that. And I'm gonna make some schnitzel gravy in a bit. I'll see you guys after I'm done eating my pork chop. I got 2 more that I can gravy up. Alright, gonna try to make some Jaeger sauce to go with the schnitzel. Now for the Jaeger sauce, you're gonna need bacon. Lots of bacon. This is like 3 bacons, all chopped to shit. And you're going to need a wooden spoon, lots of wooden spoons, because you're going to need to stir the bacon. So what you're trying to do with all this bacon actually is just get the damn grease out of it. You're going to want to get all oily and everything. So I'm going to let this sit here for a bit until this starts warming up, and once this starts warming up, we're gonna start adding the other stuff. I'll get you then. So right now we got bacon over some medium heat because we're trying to get the sauce to come out of the bacon, all that beautiful grease. It's also why I got it in a deep pan, like this one, deep ass pan. So that way it doesn't all evaporate, because we're going to use the bacon grease kind of as the base for our sauce. So while the bacon is doing this thing, I'm going to start mixing up a little cheat packet. So we got mushroom gravy, and I need 1 cup of cold water. So, where the fuck is my cup? God damn it. 1 cup of water. Fucking good enough. Now the online recipes call for all sorts of weird stuff to go in here, and I just don't have time for any of that. So I'm going to try to see if cheating will actually help me succeed, because, you know, winners always cheat, and I'm a winner. Alright, we got that. We got our dehydrated crap sauce. We're going to mix that while the bacon is busy burning the house down. Let me see. Oh yeah. So there we go. We're getting all that grease out of the bacon right now, as you can see. We're going to let that keep doing its thing. Now the truly sad part is, according to the recipe, I'm supposed to get the bacon out of here and just use the grease. But I'm not about to waste that bacon. So we'll see how that works. I might be just inventing my own damn sauce right now instead of following the recipe. Oh, if you guys are wondering where I get all my recipes and stuff from, I just go online, I type in what I want to make, and I just click on the first link, and I pray to God that it comes out good. Or I see something on the back of a box that excites me and is food related, and I make that. There you go. So that's about good. Bacon's exploding, which must be good. I'm going to crank the heat up a little bit on this bacon so it actually starts crisping up a bit. I'm kind of using this as a human shield right now. Well, not a human shield because it's not a human, but it's shielding a human. A reasonable facsimile thereof, so we got that going for you. Alright, let's see how that works out. Alright, it's getting there. Alright, I'll come holler at you guys in a bit. Oh, while that was getting ready, I chopped up a fuck ton of mushrooms and like 1/4 of an onion. Because it's important to have a fuck ton of mushrooms and 1/4 of an onion in Jaeger sauce. Might make more French fries too. It depends on how this comes out. Alright, so we got a lot of grease in here. I may have used way too much bacon. Nah, can't use too much bacon. Who the fuck am I kidding? I'm just not using enough everything else. Oh yeah, that's just swimming in grease right now. There's like 1/4 of an inch of grease on the bottom of that pan. So, this will count as a good cardiovascular workout by the time you're done, because it's like powerlifting for your heart. Just one. It's not a good meal unless you can feel it when you stand up the next morning. Alright, set all this shit. Alright, so that's bacon and onion. Just gonna mix all that crap in. Oh man! So, well, not bacon and onion, mushrooms and onion. So the mushrooms just straight up said, give me all the sauce, because there is nothing left at the bottom of the bowl. Alright, that makes sense. That's why they want you to do that. So I'm going to stir this for a bit, and I'll come get you guys when anything interesting happens, because right now, we're in a lull. Alright, we've been cooking the Jaeger sauce for about 5 minutes now. Some of that grease is coming back out of the onions and the mushrooms, and it's reduced in size. Now apparently Jaeger means hunter in German, because every kind of food that has Jaeger in the name has some kind of a mushroom sauce on it, which makes me wonder how bad the Germans must be at hunting if all they ever cook with is mushrooms. But right now we got the bacon, we got the mushroom, we got the onion, and this smells absolutely incredible. I just don't know how much longer to do this for. and I'm running out of funny things to say. Well, you might argue that I've run out of funny things to say about 2.5 hours ago, but then I'd argue that I don't care. So, we let that sit for a bit. We're going to grab another beer, and we're going to start thinking of all our life decisions that have led us to this point. There we go. So there we got the sauce. I think that's going to be as good as it gets. Mushrooms are awesome because they taste absolutely disgusting when they're raw. And then when you cook it for a little bit, it brings out all this flavor. I'm going to add 1 cup of water with the cheese sauce. And it said add a little bit of flour to thicken it up. So, what the fuck did I do with my flour? We're going to grab a spoonful of flour. And kabooms. Kabooms! Recipe also calls for some red cooking wine, but for some reason I don't think they mean Boone's Farm, and I am not wasting my delicious alcoholic beverages on fucking dinner. Alright, we're gonna lower the heat a bit before this explodes on my face. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, that's way too hot. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. You're not trying to impress anybody here. So we're getting a pretty good paste. I'm going to keep it on the heat so the flavors have a chance to mingle. About 5 minutes. Now we're using the pre-made sauce, so we save a lot of time. We don't have to reduce it, we don't have to add all the flavorings, we don't have to add any spices whatsoever, we just dump the sauce packet in there. Now I'm talking real big, but it might come out tasting like absolute garbage because I don't know how that sauce packet tastes. This is the first time I bought it. We're going to prepare the rest of our schnitzel for Jaegering. And to prepare the rest of our schnitzel for Jaegering, we're going to prepare the rest of our fries for fucking frying. Feels yeah. Oh yeah, I already destroyed the other schnitzel that I made for myself, so that's gone. Here's the fries. And I want more. And what I want, I get, because it's my goddamn house. I used to have a wooden spoon. It was nice. I used to stir with it and shit. Here it is. Alright, let's see how this is coming out. Alright. Turn the heat way down low, because that's going to start burning. So we got about 4 slices of bacon in here. About the same amount of weight of mushrooms and 1/4 of an onion. And it smells delightful. I wonder what would go good in here. Maybe parsley? I don't know, I'm not gonna fuck with it. Why ruin a good thing, right? Because that's what good things are for ruining. Sometimes the world is cruel to shiny things. And nothing happened. So that means the oil's not hot enough. And that also means that I'm going to have a soaked ass french fry. Because I'm not reaching in there to grab it. Alright, I'll come get you guys when I'm ready to serve this shit up. So I fried myself up some french fries while that was cooking. And we got our Jaeger sauce. Now for the Jaeger sauce, I want to do something a little more classy than to just dump it out like it's a fucking bucket. And you never want to dump out the fucking bucket, because God knows what happens in a fucking bucket. So we got the sauce. It's thick as shit. I may have put too many vegetables in it or not enough sauce. Right on top of the schnitzel. And that right there is Jaegerschnitzel. I'm gonna chop this fucker in half, show you guys what the inside looks like. But all in all, the schnitzel, 1 pork chop, which made 3 of them, cost me about $1.75. The french fries, the whole bag, cost me $2. The oil cost about $1. And the breadcrumbs and the eggs were probably the most expensive things. The eggs were like $1.50 and the breadcrumbs were like $1.75. Flour is dirt cheap. This is, you can feed a family for $5 with this crap. You'll still have half the stuff. See? Look at that. Let me see if I can line the camera up so it don't dump out the plate. Pork, completely cooked through. Salsa. And the fries. Oh, the fries are so freaking good, man. I cooked them in the same grease that I cooked the pork in. It's delicious. And that's pretty much a Jaegerschnitzel, guys. If you want to Jaeger it up, that's going to cost you some money because the Jaeger stuff's more expensive. Enjoy yourselves. Bon appetit.